Good afternoon, everyone. I am doing like a billion things on the back end of things. Let me, where we at? Oh, I'm gonna have to balance the audio too. Oh God, this is a mess. Okay, game capture. Capture Risk of Rain 2. Then allow game capture to be seen. Perfect. Now I have to figure out what audio level acceptable, but it's difficult because every time I tab out of Risk of Rain, it's going to mute itself. Can I change that somewhere? Audio, mute. Okay, perfect. I can do this. And now I can balance audio. Look at that, we're doing it live. Okay, that'll work for now. And now I have to click on another button. Oh, not that button. That button deleted my chat. Click on another button. Professional streamer, by the way. Actually, not professional in the slightest. I make nothing off of this. Go to my channel. Click on this. Go to... You guys get a little bit of feedback in the background, not the foreground. Okay, we are... What is with my microphone? It is at like the strangest angle. Whatever, we'll make it work. Okay, so Risk of Rain 2, this is a pretty old game at this point. It's one of the best roguelikes that have ever existed, and they recently came out with one of their DLCs. They introduced a few new characters. We're going to be playing on Eclipse. This is like the difficulty mode. This is basically like the dark zone of Risk of Rain 2. The new DLC introduced new character, Drifter, who is hilarious. She breaks the fundamental rules of the game. And she beats people with her massive sack. Yeah, that's Drifter. And there's also the Operator. The Operator, history on this game, drones were always awful. And they made Operator specifically to play around drones. And now, drones are good. So this character, very strong. Thumbs up. Operator's also Drifter's also very strong, but Drifter struggles with air. Like, she has some options into it, but it does get really clunky when you're fighting air units, while Operator is just good everywhere. So, again, we're going to be playing Eclipse. This is like the challenge mode. Every time you clear Eclipse, it gets harder. And your Eclipse progress is saved based on the character, not your roster. So I have some characters who have beaten Eclipse 8, like the max difficulty, while others who have barely started, like this one. You're on Eclipse 2 of 8. Doesn't really start getting hard until like 5-ish. On Eclipse 5, it starts getting difficult. But early on, kind of just doing your thing. The goal of this game is to run around and collect items and get strong enough to fight the teleporter boss. So we just run around, kill monsters for money, use that money opening boxes like that, and then eventually we take all of our hard-earned loot to go fight a boss. And that's the gist of it. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I posted an introduction to the Path Nowhere meta, and you should watch that instead of this live stream, if you haven't seen it already. Like, fuck the live stream, go watch that video. Put a lot of time and effort into that video. Did some, like, actual real deal big boy editing. Oh my god. It's a forbidden word around here. But seriously, like, I put a lot of thought and time into that video, and being received very well, and I personally perceive it as a very good video. So check that video out if you haven't. Otherwise, we're just playing some Risk of Rain 2 because it's Variety Sunday. Variety. Backup mags, that's alright. I don't know what that is. Not needed. Ooh, syringe. Well, normally I would print some backup mags, because that's actually really good. But my other items are also really good. I'm kind of torn. Okay, we start the teleporter boss early, because we're going to get enough money to farm the rest of the stage from the boss. We just have to not die to it when we're weak from challenging it prematurely. Oh, I missed my drone. This character can like dash to her drones, or his drones, but it is possible to miss them. And this character has a weird mechanic where like the gun can like charge up over time, and if you defeat an enemy with the shot, it ricochets to other enemies. So you're kind of rewarded for kind of charging up your gun like it's a cannon instead of just a pistol. But it can work as a pistol if you wanted to. See that ricocheting nonsense? It's really nice. Okay, it looks like the game is actually on the louder side. I see it peaking. So I'm going to reduce the game volume by a good amount so that people could hear me over the game. Let's try that. Hopefully that's more friendly to your ears. If you guys have audio feedback, please let me know. That's like the best feedback that you guys can give. Probably still too loud right now. Yeah, it's peaking a little higher than I want it to. Let's bring it down to that number. Sure, let's do that. Okay. Audio balancing live. Feels good, man. But this character's really fun. It's a little weird getting around like the charge mechanic at first, but after you get used to like the charging auto attack and you can't just like hold down left trigger, becomes very good, very enjoyable. Wow, I'm getting all of these really good items, like really, really good items. Like I want to make backup mags, but my items are too good to turn into backup mags. Hey, little elite, how's it going? More drones, more drones, more drones, more drones. Okay, we finally got our first not-so-good item. Surely there's a guaranteed item around here somewhere, right? Not looking like it. I'm gonna go back over to that shrine and grab it. Or try to. This is a chance. Are we lucky? We are lucky. Hiker's boots are good. Solid new item. So how's everyone doing on their Sunday? Anybody got like food? Oh my god, I just made myself hungry. I said food once and now I'm hungry. Right when stream started. I'm gonna be hungry for like 3 hours now. Self-inflicted hunger. Ooh. So this little box, you can sacrifice your health to get items. But I have a lot of healing drones, so I can heal up pretty easily. Not the best item in the world. But hey, it was free. Hey look, another free item. A plasma shrimp? Holy fuck. I am super broken now. Plasma Shrimp is very loud, and it lets you do damage whenever you shoot things while you have the purple shield on your health bar. Good day. Saw your 40-minute video. I guess it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. I was recording for like 3 or 4 hours just on the recording alone. Like, there's a lot more like the editing on the back end, and then there's the all of the knowledge and research and everything that it takes to do that as well. It was a very, very high effort video, but I'm very happy with how it came out. I'm hoping it does well. So far, it looks like it's doing well, but it's still like a little early to tell. I usually wait until like the 8-hour mark to really make any sort of hard evaluations. And we haven't really hit that 8-hour mark yet. We're close to it. But yeah, super high effort video compared to like my normal stuff, and I hope it does well. I struggle to say too much more about it because, like, again, it's 42 minutes, so I said most of what I wanted to say. The only thing that I didn't really cover was, like, some really, really fringe stuff. Like, I didn't cover Reforged Oak and her, like, one-shot sniper memes, mainly because I don't have Reforged Oak, and I can't do her memes. And I didn't cover electrocution stuff because electrocution stuff is really bad. And I didn't even want to honor electrocution stuff with a mention. People might get the wrong idea. Don't laser beam me, Mr. Golan-kun. Is he dead? Holy fuck, he's just dead. This character's so strong. This is a good item. I have a chance to, like, re-roll items right now because of my current equipment. But I think this is going to let me skip the final level, which would be nice. So I'm not going to re-roll it. I'll re-roll something else. It's not the best item skip, but it's definitely up there. Or level skip item, I should say. Basically, on the final stage, there's, you have to fight a lot of elites to get access to the final boss. But if you have the ability to fly, you can just fly up to the boss without fighting all of his elites. And this item gives you flight. Not extreme flight, but like probably enough flight. Probably. Depends on our movement speed and everything else when we get there, all the other items that we're going to get. God, this class is so strong. Especially with the items we got, holy fuck. Oh, there's an item back there. I saw you. Syringe? I'll take it. The crowbar is also very good, but the crowbar only helps with, like, level progression. Doesn't really help in, like, the boss fight, which is kind of what I like to build for. Like, we're trying to beat the boss, so I like to build for the boss itself. Gonna go ahead and hit this. Summons new enemies. I'm just so strong that I can just farm these things without too much worry. Okay, any coolio items over here? Or am I just wasting my time? I don't see any cool items. So this is like a speedrunning game. This one, the enemies get stronger the longer the timer goes. So you are encouraged to kind of rush as fast as you can. But I also have a ton of money, and I kind of want to spend that money before I leave this stage. It's just there's nothing to spend it on. So yeah, I'm just going to grab this flight item and get out of here. I recently saw a review PTN versus Arknights. Although review is a big word, the guy literally said Arknights gacha and story is, I quote, probably be better. Yeah, that's just false. I mean, again, I'm playing Arknights again, right? So, and for the record, so everyone on stream and participating in the conversation knows, I am level 120 in Arknights. I counted yesterday. I have 114 operators at E2. Okay, I've got multiple P6 operators. I've got multiple M9 operators. I have like the modules and all of that. Like, I am an Arknights player. Okay, so I have the ability to speak with it to some confidence. And Arknight's biggest fucking flaw is the story. That is the biggest thing against Arknights. And there's also a lot of other little things that Path Nowhere just does strictly better. Path Nowhere does strictly better than Arknights. Arknights is like Shining Star. It's roguelike. Its integrated strategies is just miles better than Eternal Nightmare. But if you're saying like the gacha, I don't understand the gacha, because like Path Nowhere is just straight up like Arknights gacha, but with a pity system. So that doesn't make any sense. Also, I feel like I get more pulls in Path of Nowhere. I haven't really mathed it out, but like vibe based, I feel like I get more pulls in Path of Nowhere. And then for sure, like the story is just like Arknight story is just hands down worse. That's what made me quit initially. It was just like how bad the story was. On top of like a bunch of quality of life features that they were missing at the time that they've implemented now. Like, oh my god, having to go like daily do the base bullshit, or it's like, oh, these people are making battle records, but I have to swap them out one by one because they're tired of making battle records, and then like manually putting people into their dormitories and doing all that, like that crap took forever. You had to do that like every day, twice a day, and it was just a fucking nightmare. They fixed that, thankfully. Not perfect, but I would say it's good enough to be called fixed. Where the hell am I getting all this money from? Oh, I have Gore's Tome. Nice. And also, there's gilded enemies. Nice. Bunch of money. And a lunar coin. Gotta pick up your pennies where you can find them. Oh, Quantum Tunnel! Hell fucking yeah! We're skipping the final stage. We're going straight to the boss when we get there. That is the boss stage skip item. Okay, there's a lot of shit around me. And I don't really want to be here. I'm going to activate this. This is new to the DLC. And it takes you to an optional boss fight. But I'm not going to go to the optional boss fight. I'm just clicking it so that I get access to the second boss. You get double teleporter boss loot if you activate that, because you fight 2 teleporter bosses. Where the fuck are the items? I'm like walking all over the place and not seeing shit. Ooh, a mocha. I love mocha. Really good item. Use that key that we had earlier. What do we get? Nothing really that great. I guess I'll grab the tougher places for placement. I like my bleed. Collapse doesn't really do too much better than bleed does. I know, right? The Arknights gotcha, you can get 3 6-stars if you don't want... Yeah. And, like, to be fair, the Arknights gotcha has been very generous to me lately. My last 2 10 pulls that I did, I've got 3 new S-rank characters. So, like, it's been very nice to me. That being said, Path Nowhere has always been nicer to me. And, like, over the long haul, like, I've never had a situation where I go to a fucking limited banner, spend 300 pulls, and still don't have the character I was... the on-banner character that I was looking for. That happens in Arknights. Holy shit. Never had that happen in Path of Nowhere. But yeah, they had one banner recently where you could, like, choose which operators you wanted to be the rate ups. I don't know what that's fucking called, but whatever banner that is, they had that banner, so I did a 10 pull on that. I was going to pull until I got Ray. That was my goal. But instead I got Degen Breacher and Thorn's Altar and a single 10 pull. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm done. Like, I'm not going to try and fish for Ray when I already got 2/3 of the characters. Like... that's a little much. And then yesterday or the day before, the Executor Altar had like some sort of rerun, and I pulled for Executor Altar, and I got him in 110 pull. So I'll take it. I was actually going for the Fang because I don't have Fang Altar, the 5-star, but I didn't get the 5-star, so. We got the S rank instead. Feels good, man. Okay, I am like actually struggling to this boss. There's too much shit on my screen. I'm taking a lot of chip damage, and because I don't have my Void Shield active, I don't have any of my bonus damage. All these things with guns shooting at me. I'm the only one who's allowed to have a gun, don't they know? Nope, that's a loss. Yeah, that got too thick for me. I should have backed out and like slow played the boss. God, I always mess up everybody's names. Is it Eji, Iji, Iji? One of those. Well, they have the same 2% rate up for 6-star S rank. Yes, they do. Other gotchas have... I'm familiar with the 0.6. What game has a 0.3? What the fuck? I could never. Yeah, there's been a few gotchas that I quit solely because, like, the gotcha was unplayable. I'm thinking, like... I tried playing Girls Frontline Neural Cloud. Dog shit gotcha, couldn't play it. Blue Archive, dog shit gotcha, couldn't play it. But Arknights, at the time, Arknights felt very kind. And then I went and played Path of Nowhere, and I was like, holy shit. This is nice. This is revolutionary. Arknights rules, but even more generous? Hell fucking yeah. And again, like I haven't done the math on like the pool income per month or anything like that, but my head tells me that Path Nowhere hands out more pulls than Arknights does. And if they have the same rates, then that just means Arknights is purely, or Path Nowhere is purely better if it's handing out more pulls on top of everything else. I do not like these additions. These are temporary items. I don't like the temporary items myself. Gives you a small power boost for a window of time, but it only gives you like the power boost in a one-dimensional way. Like, it's not like it gives you 5 random items. It gives you 1 item 5 times. So it makes you really good at one thing, and that's not usually what I'm looking for when I'm looking for like a temporary boost in power. And I had such a good run going earlier, and I just kind of let it fade by getting cocky and standing in the teleporter when I knew I needed to back off. Feels bad. Can I tell you guys a secret? I still haven't finished Shattered Blade. I haven't finished the event yet. That's my secret. Just saw your PTN guide. Almost perfect. Do you mind just answering a few questions? Yeah, man. Ask away. Ask away. Go crazy. I'm just sharing. Oh, I gotta like pause the game to read chat. I got Augustus all the way to S4 now, and for real, any enemy in any content just drops like flies. Not sure if it's worth bothering for S5 or it's better to start saving for Seto. I mean, like, if you're talking like from like an actual practical standpoint, like you're a emotionless edge member or something, then it's absolutely better to save for Seto. But if you're already at S4, human like collection gotcha rot brain takes over and it's like, I might as well get S5. It's just one more. That's what I did, right? It's just one more, might as well. But if I was like on a budget, like low on pools or something, that's probably the better way to say it. Like, I'm always on a budget, right? I'm not trying to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on a gacha. But if my reserves were hurting, I would have just saved for Seto for sure. Do I want to exchange everything for bleed? Probably. Too expensive for my blood. Changing everything for bleed's not a bad idea. I'll come back to it. Oh, that was a child? Fuck. Childs are fucking scary in this game. That's how it says Variety Sunday, right? I just gotta make sure. People know that this is like only on Sundays. So this character, if you defeat an enemy, that enemy, that shot that defeats the enemy will ricochet. So he'll see me kind of like swapping who I'm aiming at. I always try to finish off the injured one just so it bounces around and I get some like bounce damage in there. Just try to make the most use of this kit. The event isn't that interesting or just no time. It's been no time. I've been super busy. I actually think the event had a very slow start in my opinion. Like very, very, very slow start. The campaign and Synex's event ended at like climax moments. Like very intense high energy. So I expected to come into Shattered Blade with that very intense high energy. And instead we had like boardroom meetings where Chief is like falling asleep. And it's like, bro, what happened to my like high energy setup that we had going on. But then Augustus came in, and after Augustus's like initial childhood flashback, the entire story like picked up a lot, like really fast. I just wish it kind of started there instead of like making me sit through boardroom meetings to get there. But again, that's a personal thing. Other people like the slow play more than I do. You rank teams by power but placed Augustus' team first. How do you justify Augustus being first there? Are other completed teams that I feel are better right now since August teams? Oh, Augustus is just like completely overpowered in every sense of the word. Holy fuck. There's very little competing with Augustus. Now, if you're talking like Mac Shackles stuff and you're like trying to 300 mil Tide of Ashes or something, that's a different discussion. But in terms of just like raw power, I do think Augustus and Singlinde is the strongest thing in the game right now. You can bring them to every stage and they do everything that they could ever want and more. I have like a bunch of Augustus propaganda videos on the channel that's just like showing how ridiculous Augustus is. And I stand by Augustus being like ridiculously overpowered. Even without Seto or any other support that's coming further down the line. Ew. Gross item. Do I want a free Gorse Tome? Sure, I'll take a free Gorse Tome. Seto will be released, and although I might be biased since I have all the units S4, S5, Augustus seems to be the weakest limited release. Wow, you think that she's the weakest released? Wow, okay, so Darren was good for like 3 months, so I can't shit on Darren too much. But Darren was really weak, and she still is. Yao was strong, but we could all see the writing on the wall. Like, when she stopped one-shotting things, she was going to be weak. And she stopped one-shotting things, and now she's weak. Shalom is still good today. It just sucks that she doesn't have, like, a team that she can kind of fall into. Yinging is kind of garbage, I'll be honest. You just bring her around for her passive. I say that to, like, the anger of many a Ying fan. Zero's good. Mostly just for, like, the core breaking. It's ridiculous how many cores she can break. But she's kind of obnoxious to play around with her Ghost Invasion state. Meanwhile, Augustus, like, she just kind of instantly destroys any stage. Like, literally every stage. I have a montage of it. Just Augustus and Singlinde duoing the field. And they don't have SP concerns. They don't have to break cores. They don't have to worry about damage types. They just kind of exist on the field and win. And like, worst comes to worst, you might have to manage your Shattered Steel stacks by canceling Augustus Ultimate. But like, there's no challenge in the game that team can't, that those two can't duo right now. I can't think of another character who can like confidently say they duo all content. Like literally every stage in the game, they duo it. I can't think of any. Wow, really unlucky on that shrine. Now it's too expensive for me. Okay, let me catch up on chat again. Pretty sure I'll be saving for Shadow since more Shattered Blade craziness. Yeah, Shadow's really good just because, like, again, SP-less, you don't have to worry about SP too much. You have to manage your Shattered Blade a little bit more diligently on her. But she's SP-less, so, like, that's very easy to play around. She's going to get a free core break. Like, you can turn your brain off a little bit more. So like that's really nice. And then she just she's like a good support on top of that. So yeah, crazy character that we're going to get soon. Big recommend. And then next one, the guide was overall really good. The only thing I didn't see covered was mentioning Iriha as an upcomer for Orm. Yeah, I thought about mentioning her, but I didn't. I actually need to do a little bit more research onto Iria because I'm not sure if she's like specifically Orm or if she's like summons in general just happens to be good with Orms too. I actually don't know the answer to that. And also, I don't think Reforged 99 is going to be all that good with Zoya, even though I said it was going to be a dedicated team in the video. But I felt like mentioning it because if I didn't mention it, somebody else would. But I don't think 99 is going to be all that useful. All the videos that I've seen is just, it's just Rust. It's Rust, Jelena, and Zoya. It's just those three. Oh, it's already open. Okay, I need to finish this stage already. I've been running around forever. Awful items. I don't have any healing yet. I don't have like a healing drone or anything. This is kind of awkward. Any good stuff hiding on the edge here? No. Feels bad, man. Okay, this boss is going to explode and I have to hide from that explosion. There's the explosion. I'm hiding. I'm also slowly dying to all this ice. What is with all these elites? Where did y'all come from? Was there like an elite factory nearby? Elite factories don't exist. I was trying to be silly. Wow, a temporary legendary. Nice. Okay, grab the HP costing stuff in the back here. Hopefully we can get some items. We spent way too long on this stage, unfortunately. That's trap. And this other one. That's not a trap. That's like the opposite of a trap. Well, she definitely isn't stronger than S5 Hella. Okay, yeah, S5 Hella's is like broken, super broken. But I think the guide as a whole was for S0, S1. Yeah, my whenever I make a video, I just assume everybody is S1. That's like my idea. And I can't always do a very good job of that because like not all of my sinners are S1. Right? Like I've got a really stacked Reforged 11 and I've got a really stacked Augustus. So it's hard for me to say like this is how they work at S1 when I haven't played them on S1 for years now. But I kind of go into advice assuming across the board everybody is S1. Yeah, and like that same, like you're saying now, shield stack. I didn't mention that because that's assuming S4 I guess S3, but I'm going to say S4 demon, which is beyond the scope of what I'm going to make content for. I'm not going to like make a video and say get your S4 demons out. Like that's I'm just not going there. I understand that content's cool for like enthusiasts, but when I'm talking like my general audience, most people are not even pulling like the S0 of most characters. They're pulling like the S0 of like every other character. That's like the average audience member. So I have to be mindful of that when I make content too. Shield stack and Shruma wasn't fully mentioned. Snapshotting is hard to explain in a team introduction video. Yeah, and I've never looked into the Shruma stuff because I'm not really a big Shruma fan myself. 300 mil, what kind of buffing are you doing to reach that? Mostly shield stack. There's a few teams that can reach 200 million without shield stack. Usually the answer is like have S3 on a bunch of people. Although that's not always necessary, I don't think. Even on like Reforged 11, I have not been able to manufacture the scores other people have gotten with like the same team members. But I'm missing like key shackles. I'm missing the ranks in the ECBs. Right? It's not a perfect recreation. So, but yeah, there's a bunch of 300 mil clears out there, even without demon. But mostly demon. By the way, about Aurum, I've been thinking about its value. It is apparently not great in Dark Zone and probably isn't great in Peak Path Test. And in Data Crevice, they can easily shorten the timer down from 3 minutes. What do you mean by easily shorten the timer down from 3 minutes? What does that mean? But yeah, I think Aurum Secretum, just for the most part, telling people that it's good in long fights is like good enough for them to understand that like you're not going to be speedrunning it. But if you want to speedrun it, like you can force it. I've seen people force it. The scores aren't great, but they do it, right? And it's not like crazy shackles or crazy high levels or anything. They just run the team comp and play it out. So it works, it's just not going to do anything super fancy. If it's like your only magic team, like it'll still get you to Dark Zone and beat Dark Zone. If it's your only magic team. Okay, I gotta get this stage over with before it gets too crazy. Stuff spawning faster than I can kill it. Which means I need to clear this stage sooner to catch up. We're flying. Oh my god, I'm gonna go flying again. Okay, remember last time when I said I needed to take a second and run and hide when I was in danger? Yeah, I'm going to take my own advice. I'm going to run and hide when I'm in danger. Okay, we're back in it. Yeah, I didn't realize how distracting talking would be from playing Risk of Rain. Like, I'm not using as much brain function on the game because I'm thinking about Path to Nowhere. And, like, I recognize myself, like, walking somewhere, and I'm like, okay, why am I here? I just wasted, like, 15 seconds doing absolutely nothing. Because I'm just, like, rambling about Reforged 99 or something. Okay, this magma worm needs to die. Nice. Functional coupler, even though I have no equipment to make use of it. Nice. Okay, get me out of here. I got too much money, I don't know how to spend it all. Okay, let me catch up on chat again. By the way, I somehow managed to get S3 11, so I guess I should start building Reforged 11 team. Bro, yeah, make Reforged 11. Like, you're not gonna believe just how cracked it is. Like, you have Eve and you have 11, so when you make your ECB, as long as you have like a boss target or something to keep proccing fears on, the Eve Jack in the Box and like the random 11 hands, your 11's gonna keep her ECB alive for the entirety of the stage. Like if your ECB somehow wears out, like I would be surprised. S311 is like super giga cracked. By the way, since you mentioned enjoying Reforged 11 Summon Team, how do you feel about the new crime brand, the one that boosts summons? Which one is that? Like the Pyral Rebirth or something else? 'Cause Pyral Rebirth is good. It's a little wonky to play around because the cooldown's like awkward, but it's good. I feel like this team only has value if it can 300 mil on those shackles, because if you have to invest for it to 300 mil, then invest in other teams instead. Yeah, for sure. But like, again, like even if it's like not the best team, if it's hitting 240 in Dark Zone, that's good enough for me. Like I can say like, hey, if you don't have any magic damage options, right? Like if you're, like I have Irene, I have Hypatia, should I grab Hilda? And I'm like, yeah, Hilda will make it so that you can actually participate in Dark Zone. Go ahead, do it. Like if I can say that, then I'm happy with it. It doesn't have to be meta breaking, it just has to be good enough. Hey Silver, how's it going? Glad you could catch one finally. I did the ping. I remembered. Oh, second item. Huh, I should have hit the blue orb on this stage, so I could have chose my stage 4. But it's a little late to choose my stage 4 now. Oh well. I forgot what this is. Defense Nucleus? Oh, wow, okay. Perfect item. I think Defense Nucleus is useless. I think that's the useless one. Thank you. Yeah, I struggled very hard to... Holy fuck, why is that $2,000? Here, I thought I had too much money. I didn't have enough. Are freeze drones that powerful? Holy shit. Because, like, this... I don't see the monstrosity. My prototype was $2,000. Why is a freeze drone $2,000? Definitely don't need that. Shuriken's kind of useless. I could go to the Golden Shrine for no reason. Let's do it. Let's go to the Golden Shrine. Inflation? What did inflation ever do to you? Oh, and by the way, lowering the timer, I meant that in data crevice, sometimes fights are not 3 minutes long, but I guess when formed and released, it will be 3 minutes all the time for magic damage. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to use it. Even if I'm hitting like 250 in Dark Zone, I'm still going to use it because I'm a big Hypatia fan. So I'll force it to work even if it doesn't have the best results. But like if I really want to try hard, like I'm just going to spam Reforged 11 or Augustus, and that's like the only thing I would ever use if I wanted to like hit maximum super scores. None of the other teams like that I have built at with my level 70s and with my shackles, like nothing compares to those two for me. I'm surprised you haven't gone streamer yet. Gotten all the widgets and UI they put up on the screen like a chat crawl. Yeah, I'll be honest, I'm a boomer. I used to have like a stream setup like way back in the day, like talking COVID era. COVID era, I was streaming like nothing but Risk of Rain, but I would stream it for like 12 hours a day to nobody. Um, I would have like, I don't know, I think my biggest stream had like 20 people in it. But it was just like, I wasn't like trying to become a streamer or anything. I was just like, I'm bored sitting at home in COVID era and I need something to do. So I would stream this game to 20 people at most. Usually it was like 5. But I like try to do the streamer stuff back then, but I don't care enough to like look into tutorials again and all the other stuff to figure out what I'm supposed to do. It's too much work. And I don't think streams like this one like do anything for my channel. If anything, I think this kind of stream like hurts the channel. Because like the people who are coming for the Path Nowhere stuff, none of them watch this. Right? Nobody's watching this. I've got like the 1%, not to be offensive, but I've got the 1% super nerds that watch this, right? I say that lovingly, by the way. Like, I'm a super try-hard sweat and Path to Nowhere. Like, I'm the type of person who would hop into off-stream as well, but... Like, this is... If anything, this is alienating my viewer base more so than, like... than, I don't know, drawing more in or whatever the fuck streams are supposed to do. I'm just doing this because I like streaming. How did that miss? I'm so sad. I gotta wait 5 seconds now. And avoid that laser behind me. By avoid it, I mean absolutely get hit by it somehow. Okay, I am dying. Okay, get this junk drone out of my face. It's too big. Oh, get me out of here! Oh! Okay. It was a little scary for a moment there, but that wasn't too bad. I really wish I found a medic drone at some point. Medic drone would have helped a lot. Okay, I opened one of the chests, but there's always 2 chests. There it is. There's always 2 chests in this level. Okay, let me catch up on chat again. My way of thinking is go all in on every team they've released. Path Nowhere has designers for this. I don't think they've ever released a team that was not the strongest at its time. The only counterpoint that I have for that one is Donald, because they decided that they were going to like make electrocution all physical and then did nothing with it. They're just like, yep, that's it. Goodbye. That's my like counterpoint. Well, I'm sure you could probably just pay someone for all of that for you, or I could do it for free of charge, though I'm extremely until the end of the year. If you want to do something like that, like I'm not gonna oppose it, but I don't have any money to put into YouTube right now. I mean, to be frank, I don't make anything off of YouTube. I'm fully partnered now, but it's very little money. It's practically non-existent money. People were worried about Umbra Core, and now it's the strongest team at High Shackles. Every completed team has been meta. I can't think of one team that was released that was mid except Kokalik Attack Speed. Kokalik Attack Speed was my favorite team. It's what made me start like actually uploading videos for Path Nowhere regularly, even though those videos were like unedited and they're just like raw gameplay footage, and they were like very awful low tier videos, like low quality videos. But I love that team so much that I was like, guys, look at this team. It's doing so good. Look at it. Look at it. It can be played in Dark Zone. Look, I can make Koklik do 99.9% of the damage in Dark Zone and still win. It's great. And then all of a sudden, it just like overnight, it was completely unusable somehow. Like one season of Dark Zone, it was playable, but barely. And the next season, I couldn't make it work once. And I've never been able to make Koklik work ever since then. I don't know what happened to Koklik. Actually, I do. The boss HP numbers got too big, and they introduced waves at the same time. Like they made the more enemies spawn in bigger waves. There's more trash to shoot at, and that just gave Koklik way too much to deal with. I don't even think they meant for Koklik to be a dedicated team. She just kind of like appeared and was like, aha, here I am. But yeah, I hope that team makes a comeback. That was my all-time favorite team. So I hope good things for Kokalik. I'm glad they did the Reforged Zoya and Reforged Crash. Those two were like the biggest on my Reforged wish list. But now my Reforged wish list is nothing but Kokalik. I don't care about anything else, just Kokalik. Maybe Langley. Like if they do Kokalik Langley at the same time, I'd be pretty impressed. Langley has a lot of cool stuff, but she's just so mid. That's the best word for Langley. Like she's not bad. Langley's never been bad. But like why bother when you have better options? And nowadays in like Dark Zone, there's no way that Langley could ever keep up. It's just not numerically possible for Langley at this point. Okay, a bunch of drones all of a sudden. That's good news for us. Hey, look, a freeze drone, right? Oh, a barrier drone. Hey, I'll take it. What is happening right now? A healing drone? I'll take it. Okay, I'm gonna grab this item and then catch up on chat again. And I guess these 3 items, because they're all right next to each other. Death Mark. Okay, that's pretty good if I can get enough debuffs. Backup mag, we love those. Crowbar, that's good. Nothing crazy, but good. Is that another item or am I seeing shit? I'm just seeing shit, okay. Okay, catching up on chat. Poor Don, what happened there? No one knows. I pulled S3 Coco and never regretted it. I'm very impressed with PTN. Almost all Reforged have been actually top meta. Usually games aren't willing to do this with old characters. Yeah, I'm very impressed. I know a few games who have like tried to make the older characters good again. I'm looking at specifically Arknights with the module system. I can't, and I guess Star Rail even did it for like 3 characters or something like that. They're like, yeah, these 3 characters are ass. We're gonna give you a completely second kit for these 3 and only these 3, and we'll never do it again. But it is very rare. And even in those games, like, they don't become top meta threats, they just become usable again. Like, I think Mostima was the biggest success story for Arknights. But, like, Mostima's not that good, even with her module. Actually, I guess Passenger is probably, like, the poster child of the module system, right? But who's playing Passenger? Okay, I need to find the teleporter and get out of here. I forgot where I spawned, so I have no idea where the teleporter actually is. Oh, I see the speckles. Okay, I see the teleporter. And I'm just going to grab these drones and hop on down. Is that a cleanup drone? Yeah, we'll take the missile. Oh, I'm too poor. Okay, we got the missile drone. And now I can do the teleporter. Holy fuck, what is happening? I don't know what's happening. I don't like it. Ow, I got clipped. I thought I was out. I was very much not out. Okay, guys, you can calm the fuck down. Holy shit, what did I ever do to you guys? I know I summoned you and disturbed your home and broke your favorite nest egg. But what did I ever do to you? Oh god, I'm dying. Please don't kill me. Ugh. It's so weird when I can't fight in the teleporter. No, I needed a safe way down. I thought I had it. I was big-brained, and then I didn't get inside the fucking portal. Okay, I can go back in the fight now. I feel enough. Anybody know where the boss went? I ran back to the teleporter. I wanted to charge it, but also I thought the boss would be over here. But the boss is just missing in action. I'm instead just dying to elites. Oh, there's the boss. How you doing, buddy? A magma tooth? I'll take it. Okay, let's grab this shrine and get the fuck out of here. Spent way too long on this stage. Any other random items I've missed? Guess there's these temporary ones. Actually, there is a red chest somewhere on this map. The only spawn location I know of is little cubbies on the ground floor. So, like, over there. Oh, look, there's a little chest on the way, too. Hi, little chest. Not in the cubby. Is there another cubby, like, up here? There is. I'll check that, and then I'll get out of here. There it is. Okay, we'll take it. That's good for us. Now we're off to fight the King of Nothing. Actually, that's next stage. Next stage, then the King of Nothing. Okay, let me catch up on chat. Gonna be honest, Donald team was so ass I forgot it was a team. Yeah, Donald was a good core breaker at the time. Like, breaking 4 cores was a unique strength that some teams needed. Or some rosters, I guess, not necessarily teams, rosters needed. But I could never get, like, Donald DPS to work. And then I saw some people, like, posting really impressive scores with, like, Donald plus Oak. And I'm like, how the hell? But, I mean, it was technically a team. Technically. I didn't cover it because, like, it was too weak for me to want to give it any mention. Only team I didn't go S4, S5 in on release. Donald? Yeah, that makes sense. I think HSR did buff as a damage control out of panic, but it's only my guess. Yeah, that'd be my guess too. Like, I don't think HSR has any, like, genuine plans to keep their weaker members up to date on the meta. It sounds like a fever dream. Steam community probably has so much info on these things. Only sad thing, how niche the game is in NA. S1N is good, but not complete and catered towards semi-casual. And a bit slow to update. Yeah, I agree with all of that. S1N is like a good resource. Like, it's the best resource that we have globally. That being said, it's still flawed. There's things that I don't necessarily agree with that they put up there. And then there's some other stuff where it's just like hard to follow. Like, it's not communicated very well. Like, some people get really confused when they see, like, the speedrun tier list, and they're like, what do you mean dual rows at the top of speedrunning? Why isn't the character that the community was like is really good for speedrunning? Oh, Bleed. The Bleed came out, and people were looking at the speedrun tier list and like, what do you mean Bleed's not good at speedrunning? And what's not communicated very well from S1N was that when they say speedrunning, they mean like max score chasing. Like, you are hitting the 290k, and you can't hit 290k with Bleed because you're not frame killing everything. So that information is not really well conveyed, even though, like, the speedrun tier list is technically correct, right? Because it's all about frame killing. It is misleading because some people are getting, like, their best speedrun scores with Bleed, and they're not seeing it in the tier list, and they're wondering, like, how S1N could be so wrong when S1N's like, just like, hey bro, just hit 290k, skill issue, I don't know what to say. And there's a lot of little things like that sort of spread out throughout the site. But overall, it's an amazing resource. I just wouldn't accept everything you see as fact. Just like I wouldn't suggest that you take everything that I say as fact either. Oh, all my drones are going to die because this guy kills drones. Oh, this is bad. Mr. Grandparent, sir, can you die so you don't kill all my drones? Okay, thanks. My death mark procced and he just instantly died. Holy shit. I didn't realize I had enough debuffs for death marks, but as soon as I did, he just fucking exploded. Also, plasma shrimp. Okay, I'm gonna peek my head and kill this giant slug. I don't like it. Well, it's a good thing we have a way to skip the final stage, because we are really far behind on the timer. That being said, we're also really strong. We got lucky with our drones on that last stage. Okay, ignore everything else. Let's look for items. Got 11 grand to spend all of a sudden. Okay. I will take a Seed of Life. It's hard to swap between items. Oh, I failed my jump. Can't see anything when the junk drone is next to my head. You gotta just rotate it so I can see. No other items on the top. Any items back here? No. Any under here? No. There's no items over here at all. Kind of crazy. See a healing drone. I'll take that. It'll be pretty hard to replace my current equipment, and those do not do it. I will take a feather, and I'll take another healing drone. Could use more damage drones, but I'm not going to complain about the healing ones. Okay, let's grab this. And it's looking like we're slowly running out of items to grab, so it's time to think about leaving. Grab this over here on the inner stretch, and then we're out of here. And then I can catch up on chat when I'm done looking at items. I don't know how people play this game and read chat at the same time. That shit's insane. They are phenomenally better than me. And if I use that, I'm not going to be out of a cooldown. Okay, we go to the moon, we skip the final stage, we go from there. Catching up on chat. If I'm looking at it objectively, PTN is really good storytelling. Voice acting is the best voice acting I've seen from any gacha game. It being a tower defense made it so niche. I'm assuming it has lower budget as well, since we only got 2D images. Yeah, so most people aren't giving Path Nowhere a chance because I think the global meta is more on like the really high quality 3D models. Right? They don't really care about the gacha system. They don't care about like how greedy the company is. They're just like, I want to see pretty girl in 3D. That's Honkai Star Rail. That's Wuthering Waves. That's Genshin Impact. That's all the other competitors in that scene that I can't think of off the top of my head. Even like Arknight's Infield. Arknight's, they were doing like a base management sim, and then they're like, oh wait, the meta is to have 3D models in this like open world, so that's what we're gonna do. So Path Nowhere's definitely got itself a niche, but it's what I prefer personally. I'm a huge like tower defense guy myself, so it was a natural fit. Even though like I don't really consider Path Nowhere a tower defense, I can see why people make it that sort of genre, but that's not really my vibe. But there are definitely like some people, they're like, you know, they're playing Wuthering Waves or whatever. They're like, man, I need to find a new gacha because this gacha is just not treating me well. But if you showed them Path of Nowhere, they would just like laugh it off because they don't want to play Path of Nowhere. They want to play pretty 3D models that they can run around in open world, right? So it's, even amongst like gacha games, it's a very small market. The counterpoint to that argument is Arknights, LOL, because Arknights is somehow doing very well despite not having any of the criteria I mentioned. And whatever source read that FGO is pulling to like still get massive numbers for doing literally nothing, like I don't understand FGO at all. That game looks awful, but people like love the shit out of it. But yeah, Path Nowhere's definitely got a niche. And until they do some like serious advertising, it's going to stay in a niche. And I wish they did some serious advertising. It would help my channel a lot. Like most of my viewers are just like, hey, I'm new to Path to Nowhere kind of people. Or like, I'm a returning player or stuff like that. That's most of the channel. Like, hey, if I pull Graves, am I gonna be able to do anything with it? And like the roster is Augustus and like Hypatia. They're like, oh, I should pick up Graves because she's good in Umbra Core, right? It's like, brother, you have no other Umbra Core members. Like, calm down. You don't need to go grabbing Graves quite yet. Let's focus on the essentials first. So, this boss fight is fun, unless you're a melee character. If you're a melee character, this is miserable. Like, the boss has this giant hammer that one-shots you, so you can't really melee him. And then even when you get to this phase, there's so many flying enemies that you struggle to melee. So, like, this is a fun fight, unless you're melee. On this class, I can just kind of fly around on my drone and be like, yo, what's up, Mithrix? I'm going to infinitely fly drone to drone and you can't touch me, haha. How did I miss that big drone there? Don't know how I managed to pull it off, but boy, did I pull it off. Okay, now he lands on the ground and does a giant pizza attack. And the pizza attack is actually kind of scary. Like the only scary part about this boss. And getting one shot by a hammer, I guess. He's going to do the pizza attack as soon as I let him touch the ground. But I have an ability that makes him levitate, so it's hard for him to touch the ground, because I'm not letting him. I didn't realize I could cheese him this hard on this character. Holy shit. It's the first time I've had like the attack speed to do this to him. Wow, he never got the pizza off because he was just levitating in the air for so long. This character is so fucking broken. Holy fucking shit. That is not normal. My item. The prototype is just instantly shredding this phase. It's not even fucking close. Okay, that was silly. That was silly levels of dominance. Okay, let me catch up on chat while I'm running back. Okay, I'm back. Tested out Reforged 11 in TOA mock battle. I could have managed almost 8 million, I think. 11 Eve and for Hecate Shin Cabernet for the team. You can do... You have fully reforged S311, and you can get better scores than that. I don't know what your skill levels are at, or like the rest of your shackles are at, but if you what I would do, I would wait until the second core break phase. You should have 4 hands by that point. I would eat them with the ECB. After, like, buff your 11 to shit. On the second core break, as soon as that second core break goes off, eat all of the hands with your ECB, and then just coast into the finish line. And you should be able to get, like, at least 20 million. At least. And I'm saying this from, like, you know, I have intimate knowledge that you might not have, so it's... I don't want to be the asshole because, like, there's a lot of people who are like, oh, you can hit 300 million with this team. And I'm looking at it, it's like, no, I clearly can't. Like, I don't have the shackles I need, right? Or something else that I'm missing that they have that they're not accounting for, right? So I don't want to be that guy to say, like, you could double your damage. But I think you can improve that score all the same. That's only if you want to improve the score, though, right? Because, like, if you have 8 million, like, you're already hitting your maximum rewards. Your guild is happy to have you. Like, nobody's going to complain about an 8 million score. So if you want to just take that to the bank, you can just take that to the bank, no problems. Their marketing global has been so bad if you've seen some of it. Oh, yeah, it's been horrible. We don't talk about PT and global marketing, especially not the one on release of global. The way Path Nowhere has been operating, you're cooked if you start now. Objectively, how the hell are you going to get completed teams? There's so many characters right now. Yeah, that's a difficult thing to do. But at the same time, I feel like this is a great time to enter because, like, this is the most friendly time to enter ever because you can just get Augustus and duo the entire game with Augustus. Like, there are people who are doing, like, new account challenge runs where they have, like, an S0 Augustus and they're just running Augustus and Glinde and Macchiato. And from, like, a new accounts, they're beating the entire main story with just those 3 centers. Right? Like, it's crazy how good Augustus is and, like, how flexible and how easy she is to play. So, I despite, like, the teams being difficult to collect, I think they've been doing a really good job handing out selectors. I think they've been doing a really good job handing out a bunch of, like, free pools to help you collect those teams. I feel like they're releasing centers that are strong enough without their dedicated teams to get you through the story and collect others. I think Path Nowhere is doing an incredible job, despite leaning into, like, needing dedicated teams that require multiple S ranks. Like, I think they're doing a lot to compensate for that. Have you looked at Margaret and Rust kits? I have read Margaret, and I have heard that she hits 300 million in Tide of Ashes without shield stack, which tells me that she's busted. Like super busted, real good. But I haven't seen anything from Margaret. I have seen Rust. I've looked into a lot of Reforged Zoya stuff. Apparently there's like some controversy in CN about like, oh, Reforged Zoya is bad, and then there's a bunch of people who are like, are you fucking kidding me? Look at what Reforged Zoya is doing. And there's like infighting in the Chinese player base. I don't know what the fuck they're smoking because that shit looks broken as hell. But yeah, Rust looks super giga strong. Margaret sounds super giga strong, but I haven't seen any gameplay. I've just read about it. I mean, it's fine, no problem on my end. I mean, there's some parts of it I'm not good at. I can admit that. Yeah, and again, like, as long as you're, you know, doing your thing, like, if it would be one thing if it's like, I'm trying to hit this milestone so I can get max rewards, then I would, like, want to assist more. But if you're happy with your score and you've, like, got the rewards, like, there's no reason to go around and put on your thinking cap. Like, you don't have to put... If you're a ×3 speed player and you are getting all the rewards that you care about, hats off to you, man. Like, I ain't gonna stop you. But there are definitely some people out there who want to play the game on half speed because they want to min-max every little ounce of damage they can find. And those people, they're gonna, yeah, take that score and they're gonna amplify it by a ton. What are your thoughts on how Arcanauts and PTN compare story-wise? From what little I've read of my friend, how neck deep they are, it's actually kind of underwhelming. But Peeps praise Arcanite story high hell. Arcanite has the worst story of any gacha I've ever played. And I say that I have read every story chapter up to, I think I stopped in chapter 10, like midway through chapter 10. And I read all of the side story events for the first like year and a half that I played the game. So I can confidently tell you that the Arcanite story is absolute waste of your time. You are going to get nothing from it. The oh my god, I'm going to get into a long rant if I spend too much time on this, so I'm not going to. There is a character who is like your Nightingale, more or less, called Calcit. And Calcit is a medic, but she's also a combat operator, because her spine is a mechanized monstrosity weapon. She like removes her spine and it attacks people. And then she got cut up pretty bad. So now she needed to tell her spine to go do things more independently. And it turns out that not only is she a medic with a spine as a weapon, but her spine is a weapon with a spine as a weapon. So they made like Calcit, their Nightingale, sold so well that they made a second Calcit out of Calcit to sell her more. And that's the Arcanite story in a nutshell. Like, it's so trash. And it's not only is it trash, but it's like decades long. Like, if you wanted to read a side story event from start to finish, I'm not kidding. Like, if you are speed reading this stuff, it's going to take you at least 8 hours. At least 8 hours. Like, you are going super... Like, if I was to read Arcanite story on stream, I would have, like, 3 or 4 8-hour streams and still not be able to finish the event story. It is so atrocious, man. And I will die on that hill. Yeah, I tried to read the Texas Alter story because I was excited for Texas Alter. And there's this scene where like Texas Alter and Penance are talking, and I'm thinking that it's going somewhere. I am like deep in this conversation. I'm reading about them going back and forth for an hour and a half over a cup of coffee. And the scene ends, and it contributed nothing to the story. It was just an hour and a half of Texas Alter and Peanuts talking to each other about their favorite cups of coffee. An hour and a half. It's part of like the fucking side story. Like it contributed nothing. Why was that conversation there? An hour and a half. That's crazy because all Arknights fans say the story is best thing in game, super duper incredible, and outclasses most other gotchas in the market, whereas I'd say the same for Path Nowhere. Path Nowhere, you can genuinely say that. Like, in Path Nowhere is voice acted too, on top of all of that, like good voice acting. Arknights has no voice acting of the story. Like, they do have English voice acting now, but it's just like the in-battle sounds and stuff, right? Like the stuff that, nobody cares about. The story itself has zero voice acting, so that right there is a huge downfall, comparatively. But, yeah, Arknight story is way too fucking long, and it's... the best way to enjoy the Arknight story is to go on YouTube and watch a short. Do not watch a video, because the video is going to be like 30 minutes long, dissecting every little niche interaction between every operator. That doesn't matter, right? We don't care that Lapland doesn't like, or that Texas doesn't like Lapland. It doesn't contribute anything to the story. Nothing ever comes of Texas not liking Lapland. We don't need 2 hours of Texas and Lapland like play fighting to understand that they don't like each other for it to like literally do nothing for the story. But so yeah, don't watch a 30-minute video or anything like that. Go watch a short where somebody is recapping the Arknight story. That is a good way to consume the story, and you will still find out just how awful the story is. I watched the short for the most recent event, and it was basically like, first of all, I have to explain something. The first main story arc of Arknights, there is an immortal being who has inhabited somebody's body, and that immortal being jumps from one person's body to the next, like a parasite, and uses its parasitic like infection to stay alive forever. Right? Tallulah the Black Snake, okay? It's Tallulah is the person, but Black Snake is the person controlling it, staying alive immortally inside of Tallulah. That is the first main story arc of Arknights that lasts for like 12 chapters or something crazy. No, I think it's 9 chapters, 10 chapters, something like that. It's a crazy big long arc that ends in a very dramatic boss fight. So when we get to this story, the main evil bad guy is a guy who has been corrupted by an immortal being who leapfrogs from person to person to person to stay alive forever. And it ends in a very climactic boss fight where you fight the guy being inhabited by this immortal being, Tragodia. Definitely not the Black Snake. Tragodia is different than the Black Snake because reasons. But basically, that's what's happening. And Phantom, one of the old characters, ends up killing this guy because Tragodia is a serial killer, and the only way to stop the serial killings is to become the serial killer. So now Phantom, one of the like oldest characters in Arknights, is now Tragodia because to stop serial killing, he became the serial killer. And that's the Arknight story. By the way, all of that happens. The setting is the opera. All of that story happens in an opera. It's an opera house. They're putting on fucking plays. It's so bad, man. Okay, if you guys let me, I will rant about Arknights for the next 2 hours. So I'm gonna have to look for a chance to depart from that story. Crazy how a whole fandom silent themselves into an outright lie. Yeah, so the thing that I see them most talk about is like the world building. And like, I guess if you want to say they have a big world building thing, then sure. Like they have operators from all different parts of like the Arknights universe. And like it is pretty easy to tell if like an operator is from Sargon or if an operator is from like Laterano or if a operator is from trying to think of another place. If it's from like Penguin Logistics, like it does make a lot of thematic sense, all of the operators. But having like thematic homes is different from world building because there is very little actual world building. You go to like Sargon, the best world building examples they have are like the summer events, but those are like non-serious like joke events. So we get very little story building from there. And there's not too much going on aside from like Gabrielle is strong, so therefore she leads Sargon. But when she leaves, next strong guy takes over. But that strong guy is evil strong. So we fight him with the actual strong people and put good strong in power instead. And at the end of the story, the only thing that changes is good guy leads Sargon now and not bad guy. So like the world building is not, I mean, it's there. Like you can clearly tell who's from Sargon and who's not. But does it really mean anything? Does it matter at all? No. No, it doesn't accumulate to anything. Whereas like Path Nowhere story, I would argue that it does like actually boil over and accumulate to something. Unless we're talking about Eastia. I think Eastia story in Arknights is very weak. I would say that's like the closest thing we have to like Arknight story, where we have a bunch of like random like I don't need to have tea time with Ying Ying 8 times before Chief finds out that there's something weird happening with Mania here, right? Like I stopped. That's the only event that I didn't. No, I take that back. I didn't read LL either. Those are the only 2 events I didn't read. But Ying Ying, I couldn't finish it because Chief had like this hallucinogenic experience with Ying Ying like 8 times and still hasn't figured out that it's like a mania trick that's happening here. And each one of those conversations we have with Ying Ying, they don't do anything. It's just like Chief and Ying Ying flirting. Like nothing's happening. We're not reaching a better conclusion. And that's how like every Arknight story happens, where like nothing happens. They're just kind of flirting with each other. And everybody's like, oh my God, I love how Lapland wants Texas, but Texas doesn't want Lapland. Oh my God. It's just not a good story, man. Because nothing's happening from it. Found some contradictions in their kit. Russ is supposed to be limit break support that does some damage, but LB buff, limit break buff, okay. Is attack, and he is an HP scaler, so we have a limit break member that is getting nothing from limit break. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, world building should be there to serve the story plot, not the other way around. World building is useless by itself. Yes, and if we go to Path to Nowhere, who did it well, they had all of this Aurum Secretum arc stuff, and now it's paying off in this future stuff. Like, we know what Aurum Secretum is. We know that if people run into, like, an Aurum Secretum hotspot, that radio communications are going to give out. Like, that's good world building. We know a lot of facts about Aurum Secretum, and those facts come up throughout the rest of the story, and we don't have to be told why the radio transmissions are being cut out and stuff like that. We just, as the audience, we know why that's happening. That's good world building. Knowing where like a character comes from, that's poor world building. Like that's like not important in the slightest, in my opinion. Sir, can you die? Thank you. Please don't hurt me, I have no healing. Okay, grab all this money and then let's get out of here. Hey, I have no healing, but I'm going to hurt myself. Do I want any of those items? Middle or left, middle or left, middle or left, middle. I had to pause the game there because if I did that thinking while I was in the menu, the monsters would have still attacked me and I would have died. A Faraday spur? I'll take it over a stealth kit, sure. This is one of the new items. It's a roundabout way of getting movement speed, but it works for my purposes. I guess I just rush the boss. And we'll figure out the rest of this later. I need healing for all these like percent health items. Do I really want to waste my item on this? Probably not. Which means this fight's gonna take a second. Never mind, collapse will proc once and this thing will just instantly die. Holy shit. Oh, I have 3 needle ticks. Oh, I didn't realize I had 3 needle ticks. Yeah, that makes sense. Nope, don't freeze me. And having no healing sucks. This character can start with the healing drone, but I find it slows you down way too much because you really need the damage early. This character has like a burst window that they have to fight through. And if you don't maximize your burst window, you can really start to struggle. So I like having the extra damage drone to help make sure the burst window is sufficient enough. But healing's very nice. You don't need too much healing in this game, just a little bit of healing goes a long way. It's just like, you get hit once and you're at a 3rd health for the rest of the stage, it gets really scary. You're not getting hit that often, but when damage sticks, it fucking sticks. Okay, let me catch up my chat again. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes Chief goes a bit dumb. Then at other times, Chief is the mastermind who's got everyone on strings. Yeah, it is a little weird sometimes. But at least they play like the silly music, like the da 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 da. That like silly stuff is happening music when Chief is being dumb. And I appreciate them for that. That's another thing that Arknights like doesn't really do. Like Path to Nowhere, its story is accentuated by the music. Like you get a real vibe of what's happening, what mood you're supposed to be in from the music that you're hearing. On top of like, you know, the voice acting doing an incredible job too on top of that. Whereas Arknights, it's just like what I play in my video. They just play like the song in the background, they call it good enough, right? They don't tailor the music to the individual lines in the story. And that does a lot for the impact of Path Nowhere's story. Coordinating the music to the correct moment. Chief only seems competent in comparison to other gotcha MCs. Yeah, it's true. Margaret basically gives crit rate damage buff. In 3-minute battles, she gives 70% crit damage because you can't use judgment to the max. Her statue is considered an enemy unit. Oh, wow. Wow. Yeah, that's unfortunate. But hey, I like I knew weak spot support was coming further down the line, right? They weren't going to like reforge Bianca. They were just going to add another weak spot member. And I like that they gave a weak spot like a continuous target to proc weak spot on. And that's really cool to me because one of the problems that I had in speed running with weak spot was I would kill the boss too fast. And if I did that, I didn't have anything to like weak spot on. Like I had to reapply weak spots like random mobs that died too fast. So if I kept the boss alive on purpose, I would get better scores because then I could keep proccing the weak spot on the boss until the stage ended. And that was really weird. It was kind of counterintuitive. But giving us a statue to proc weak spot on solves that issue and makes it more brain dead to play, which in my opinion is a good thing. You can argue that if you want to, but I think it being brain dead is a good thing. Only gotcha main characterize that I really, really like is SKK from Girls Frontline 1. I never played Girls Frontline 1. Never played that one. I played a bunch of their other games, like NeuroCloud. I probably spent the most time on NeuroCloud. I gave Girls Frontline 2 a chance. I'm trying to think of another game, but I can't. But I don't know. I liked NeuroCloud a lot. The God Show is just too horrendous for me. And then Girls Frontline 2, I wanted to like it, but I didn't. I like XCOM games, but there's just something about Girls Frontline 2 that just didn't click for me. Also, I think their UI was like cumbersome. It was kind of annoying to navigate their menus and do dailies. Like I had to open and close the same menu like 8 times to do one thing. It just felt weird. Didn't feel good. UI clutter is like a real thing. Path Nowhere's done a decent job simplifying it. Tell you what, going from like Arknights back to Path Nowhere and Path Nowhere back to Arknights, like Path Nowhere's UI is just so nice. Arknight like shoves the UI in your face, like right in your face. You have like the character background art. You can't see the character because the UI is just like so massive. Okay, I want to spend all this money, but I also want to get out of here. And I think all the stuff on the field are percent health items, which I can't grab. You said Margaret can 300 mil already, so I guess no need for judgment, but it does feel bad to give a busted stat. Yeah. Yeah, in a way. I mean, the only reason why I would have pause on that is because Bianca doesn't have any good crime brand options. Like, I think Judgment is just one of those things where it's like, hey, if it can work, you can get it really silly clear. But there's never a time where you, like, need Judgment to work, right? And the only thing that would give me pause there is that Bianca does struggle for crime brands. So if, like, she kind of just needs to go crit to be useful, then it kind of feels bad to not be able to use a crit set. But I wouldn't put too much worry into it. I mean, it makes sense that they're trying to make weak spot scale with crits. I haven't looked into it enough. I'll have to look into it more. But I'm not sure like how crit reliant Margaret is. Like, I know she gives crit chance, but is she like forcing the team to rely on crit chance and now we need external crit chance buffers? Or is Margaret enough? Or is the crit chance just like a bonus that's like nice, but who really cares? Like, I don't know the impact of Margaret's crit chance yet. So, but if it turns out that like Margaret gives, I'm gonna make up a number, like 60% crit, and now weak spot is nothing but crit, I'm like, okay, sure. But if Margaret gives like 5% crits, and we're really just talking about crit because it's like a nice thing to have, like, right? Who cares about 5% crit? Then that's a different story. I don't know the answer yet because I haven't done enough research on her. I want to make a video, another future Path Nowhere video. That one did really well last time I did it. But I'm waiting for seeing images of the banners to be uploaded to like the Billy wiki. But they haven't been uploaded yet. And maybe I can just find those images if I know how to like navigate the Billy equivalent of Twitter. But I haven't done that yet. The items on this stage are impossible to find, at least for me. A healing drone, my first healing item. Okay, let's get to the teleporter and call it a day here. Ooh, syringes. Do I have items I care about? Not really. I'll gladly sit here and print syringes. Can you guys stop attacking me? I'm trying to print syringes. Okay, I think I call it there. Keep my goat hoof and my hiker boot. Okay, I've got 2 meats now. Time to get rid of one of them. Hey, look, I got rid of one of them. Okay, now let's get to the boss. I use the blunderbuss on one, and then I fight whatever the alloyed thing is called. The Solus, whatever the fuck. That's the one I fight. I don't want to use it on a Beetle Queen. Okay. I saved the blunderbuss for another stage. Oh no, I'm dead. Oh, I dodged it. How did I dodge that? Oh my god, this is getting complicated down here. There's too much shit in every direction. I don't have enough healing to stand here out in the open. Okay, one last hunt for items and we're out of here. So I've got 2.5 grand to spend. I'm going to try and spend it. And then I'm going to catch up on chat. Hey look, place to spend all my money. It's going to launch an item off the stage. Hey, it didn't knock it off the stage. How nice. Okay. Not really going to use that, but I had the slot for it, so I just picked it up. I could print more of these things too. That's actually a really good idea. Let's do it. Okay, I'm going to print one more. I'm going to get to 8 of these. Oh, I got rid of my worst item. Look at that. Money. Our build looking good now. High item hiding on top of the ship for no reason. High other item hiding on top of the ship for no reason. Anything else hiding over here? I've never been over here. Nope, nothing hiding over here. Okay, now I catch up on chat. The story is truly amazing, but the gameplay sucks. I'm assuming we're talking about Girls Frontline. Don't get me started on Girls Frontline 2. It is Mika's biggest fumble ever. Oh, are they fumbling Girls Frontline 2? I haven't been staying up to date on Girls Frontline 2, so I don't know. Are there controversies? I don't know anything about it. I'd like to hear about controversies. I played it until the one sniper character came out. I got the first like pull of the ice sniper, and then I pulled her first copy. So I got 2 of the sniper lady. And then I played it for like a week or 2 later, and I stopped playing. Just got tired of menus, even though like I was happy with my gacha luck. Like I was happy and content. I didn't like rage out over pools or anything. Just wasn't having fun. Okay, what's the controversies? Tell me. Is it doing bad financially, or is there controversies and it's still doing well financially? Those are like that's a big thing. Oh, I just gave up a syringe for nothing. Feels bad, man. I thought that was a regular chest. One equipment. Sure. It's fucking hilarious. Okay, we grab this, we break the last of the eggs. Wherever those things are. And then we fight the teleporter, loot the stage, and get out of here. Where are the eggs at? Okay, one more egg. There's an egg. No, that's not an egg, that's a flower. Feels bad, man. Shot at nothing. Okay, I'm trying to find this last egg, and when I find this last egg, I'll look back over at chat and react to Girls Frontline 2 drama, because that's actually really exciting for me. I love some juicy gotcha drama, because it's usually really stupid. And that kind of tickles me. Like the Kokolek drama. I mean, the Kokolek drama, I guess, was fair. But that was spicy. The whole, like, man versus woman drama that was happening in CN, that was fucking spicy. That was fun to read. Okay, seriously, where is this last egg at? There's usually more than just, like, one last egg. There's, like, a few backups just in case you miss them. But I'm not seeing them in their usual places. Hello? Egg? There's an egg. Aha. Okay. Mika doesn't know what they're doing. I wouldn't know where to start. There was a massive stink with skin gacha they've introduced. Skin gacha? So, like, you're not just... So, like a weapon banner, except it's a skin? Is that what I'm hearing? What happens if you get multiple copies of a skin? Okay, I'm sure my questions will be answered eventually. And they're only making 2 mil a month compared to the 30 mil they were making earlier this year. Holy fuck. I mean, okay, so earlier this year, when did they release? Did they release earlier this year? Like, I don't remember their release date. But, like, release is always going to have, like, a huge market push. But 2 million is pretty low. That's, like, Path of Nowhere hits 2 million sometimes. Or regularly? So 2 million's a familiar number. That's like super. That's a low fucking number for a game with as much budget as Girls Frontline 2 does. Player numbers have been dropping like flies. That's unfortunate, man. I mean, I didn't like that game, right? I stopped playing. Something about it just wasn't for me. But I know it was like a per game, so I thought it was gonna like be around for ever and like dominate market spaces. But I guess, I mean, it might still be around forever because it's Girls Frontline and they never quit any of their games. They keep those things on alive for decades past their expiration date. But still, the lack of money and like the poor reception, the harm to the reputation, those are big concerns all the same. Spare drone parts? Holy fuck, we are broken. The fucking drone class got spare drone parts. It's fucking over, boys. We won. Or eggs right there, by the way, right next to the fucking teleporter this entire time. Holy fuck, we're so strong now. Good fucking Christ. They should never have given me this much power. So spare drone parts gives you a super drone and makes all of your drones stronger. And this is a class that gets stronger based on how strong their drones are. So we found like the one perfect item for this character in particular. Or the drone class that got the best drone. The legendary forbidden drone. Where's Colonel Drone Man at? Where you at? Are you Colonel Drone Man? Which ones have used the Colonel? That one, I think? I think that one's the Colonel. It's hard to tell. They kind of look the same. Yeah, it's definitely him with like the solar panel wings. He's got a little beret on. It's just hard to tell. He's very small. But now all of my other drones have like a machine gun. Like this is not supposed to carry a machine gun. But he's got a big machine gun now. Even my medic bot has a machine gun. Like, see my medic bot's right next to my head? Got a little machine gun now. It's not supposed to have that. But Colonel Drone Man does not care about what they're supposed to have. And I'm like instantly killing everything by standing still. Because I no longer need to play the game. Because Colonel Drone Man will do the playing for me. And we appreciate Colonel Drone Man for that. We don't have to do anything ourselves. Let the game figure it out. We're just a passenger. Passenger for Colonel Drone Man. And on a real note, I need to spend all this money somehow. But I don't know where to spend it. Sure. I think I looted all of the items. We're going to fight the optional boss just because we can. We're nice and broken. We can fight it. This is the new boss introduced with the DLC. You guys can see like actual DLC content. Last November, the first Annie is this Thursday. Okay. Okay. 2 mil is not where you want to be after a year, but I mean, you can't judge a 2 RC from 30 mil because there's an asterisk there with like release proximity still. The skin gacha works similarly to how it does in Nikki. Nikki has skin gacha? What the fuck? And uses premium currency only. What the fuck? That would make me quit a gacha right there. I get it. We feel like summer after Reforged. Yes, yes. Colonel Drone Man is Reforged Summer. Yeah, I had Summer before and all the drones, and Colonel Drone Man just hit the Reforged button. That's for damn sure. It's actually a perfect analogy. Like that's about the power level difference too. Kind of crazy. Only have 6 drones, but it doesn't matter because one of them is Drone Man. This is the new boss. This is the Alloyed Collective boss. This whole DLC is themed around drones and mechanics. And this boss is fun to fight, but he has a few hidden mechanics that make him frustrating your first few times you fight him. He's got heat sinks, and if you don't destroy the heat sinks, you kind of just insta-lose. But you don't know there's heat sinks the first time or two you play this, so it's a little annoying in that regard. What am I dying to? And it looks like he got a lot of health, but it's because we're shooting at the eyeballs, and when we destroy his eyeballs, he loses a ton of health. So the health bar is very misleading. But some people were like, yeah, fuck this, when they kind of walked in the stage, they wailed on it for a little bit, and its health bar didn't move. But its health bar, the way this fight is designed, the health bar is not going to move until you're halfway done with the fight. Ow. That hurt. Ow. Medic drone, please save me. I can't cycle to my medic drone fast enough. I accidentally used it to float away. Okay, we destroyed one body part, so now we have the electro net to deal with. Just kind of dodge that as best we can. He's now taking more damage. And he has the laser beam. uh. And you can also take these little tunnels here to go really fast to avoid the laser beam and other attacks. But you can also get clipped out of these tunnels, so it's not a for sure thing. You gotta play around the mechanics correctly. Speaking mechanics, are there any heat sinks active that I have to be aware of right now? Actually, I have to be on the lookout now. Nowhere close to a portal. Oh my god, I thought I'd be able to do it, but I was nowhere close to a portal because I was looking for heat sinks. Ugh, I'm such a noob. I'm such a noob. Ugh. Okay, even Genshin has paid-only skins gacha now. What the fuck is happening in the gacha space? Alright, let's mix it up. Let's play a melee character. Oh, I can't believe I died to the laser beam. Wasn't prepared for it in the slightest. I got caught with my pants down. I couldn't drone away either because I was going upstairs, and I couldn't fly downstairs because I was cut off by the laser. And flying upstairs, obviously I'm not going to get as much distance. So I wouldn't have really flown anywhere. I would have flown like 2 feet. I was just like worst possible position, worst possible timing. I got caught with my pants down. This character is the funny character. Also brand new to the DLC. This character has the unique ability to abduct things. And you can abduct monsters. And you can chuck them off the map. And you can even abduct things like item chests. And if you really wanted to chuck the chest off the map, you could chuck the chest off the map too. You can also use the item chest as a weapon. Very funny character. Who is strong. But a little weird. It's like momentum-based strong. Like, this is a feast or famine character, in my opinion. So while very strong, like, there's an asterisk there. If you fall behind on this character, you fucking feel it. And because it's so melee-based, and what you're playing around are these junk pieces on the ground. But if you're, like, struggling to stay in melee, it's difficult for you to get junk. And if you have a surplus of junk, you can do whatever the fuck you want. But if you're struggling to get junk income, then you can't do anything at all. So it's a feast or famine character. Also, you struggle with air, and you have on the low side of mobility. There's the last character was like anti-air and super mobility. But this character is tanky. I'll give her that. It just doesn't really matter when you're, you know, low range and low mobility. You kind of need to be tanky. Okay, this is the perfect example of what I mean where it's struggle with this character. How the fuck do I fight this? This is so ass. So ass. There's too much shit. Yeah, there's nothing I can do to fight back against that. That's like the character's weakness right there. If I was operator there, easy peasy. But no, I just got my ass handed to me on Drifter. I'm going back to operator. Fuck that. Getting Jellyfish stage 1 was enough for me. I'm out of there. Paid currency skin gacha. Like, I know HSR did the $200 bow skin that people didn't like. And I don't fault HSR for that. Like, 200 was a big number. Like, that's a little absurd, which kind of just speaks to, like, what HSR kind of expects from its players. But I don't find the concept of that too absurd. Like, hey, we're doing a money spending event. If you spend money, we'll give you shit. Like, that's fine. But doing that same thing, but turning it into even more gacha, like, holy fuck. I got hit by every single one of those pulls because I'm not paying attention in the slightest. And now there's an elite wisp healing him. See how much easier that was an operator, even though I trolled and got hit by every single one of his attacks. Not only am I able to beat the boss that easily, but also there's not like a billion things attacking me when the fight's over. Because I'm able to clear those out at the same time. Unlike Drifter, who has to like walk up to them one by one and melee them. It's very difficult. But again, if Operator's like feasting, you're just going to roll over everything instantly and you're going to be like, what the hell was that? Why was that so easy? But that's, you know, feast or famine. Okay, time to find items. We can find 4 boxes with the money we have. Not the worst item in the world. The cell? Is the cell bad on this character? No, ours are really good to have. Dagger, we love daggers. I have to bounce. All right, see you, Silver. Good seeing you. Good seeing you around. Oh, I am starting to get hungry. I was hungry at the start of the stream. I said something about food, and then I was just instantly hungry the second I said food. Don't know what I'm going to eat, though. Maybe I cook some eggs. Got eggs in the fridge. It's an easy meal to do. I'll take the random chest in the back. Punished. Bad item. It's actually a good item. I just don't like it. It's a risky item. I gotta check on the new video. How's it doing? Okay, it's doing well. Not over the moon, but well. Goat hoof printer. Crazy stuff. And there's so many goat hooves on this stage. Goat hoof is movement speed, so very solid. The best items to get in this game are actually just like the base stat ones. That just like give you more attack speed, give you more crit chance, give you more movement speed, like all of the base stats. That's what you're looking for. Everything else is kind of just secondary. War banner. Absolutely useless. Probably the most useless item in the game. Fireworks. Not my favorite. Okay, let me switch back over to chat. I hate you guys for some reason. Backup mag, we love those. More backup mag or a syringe. That's a hard choice. Oh, there goes my watch. With syringe up. Buckler. There are lots of go-who's on the stage randomly. Okay, we got our watch back. And a backup mag. Oh. I did fucking nothing, Tim. What the fuck? You beat my ass. I'm doing better against the boss than I was that one random mob. So I like to hit the elevator events early, or teleporter events early, because, like, obviously the faster you go, the easier the enemies are, but also you're going to get significant money from the teleporter itself. And then you can also use the teleporter to, like, scout for items. Like, I can see the lockout over there. Like, this item's locked out, so I know there's an item there. Sometimes the items are hard to see, so it's nice to be able to see the claws from across the map, like over there. Another broken watch. Why can't those be like crit glasses or something? Oh man, I forgot to hydrate. Where's Raven when I need her? She's the one who tells me to hydrate all the time. I'm making an assumption there. Hopefully I'm gendering Raven correctly. Ooh, a syringe. Love to see it. And grab this last item and get out of here. Classes. Love to see it. These last two items were incredible pickups. Yeah, I'll do it. Actually, if I break this open now, I lose my pocket watches, so I gotta eat my food early. Annoying, but definitely worth it. This is a really good item. Is this a healing drone too? No, this is a missile drone. Hell yeah. Okay. We do want to pick up that med drone. And then I think we're strong enough to fight the boss. Oh, it's almost 5 o'clock already? I might have to end stream a little bit sooner than I was expecting to. I'm having a good time. Just peaceful, laid back, Risk of Rain, with earlier shit-talking of all gotchas aside from Path to Nowhere, which we lovingly praise. Man, this build is strong right now. We found 2 missile drones, which really helps in the DPS. And those items we got in the last stage were really powerful ones. Now watch me find a way to throw it away again. Last time I got too cocky and fought a boss and played a little carelessly when I apparently wasn't allowed to play carelessly. Hey, can't say much. Just wanted to wish you good luck. Hey, thank you. Thanks for stopping by. I understand that you're here for like the Path of Nowhere, but I appreciate you coming by to say, hey, when it's not Path of Nowhere too. Oh man, I still gotta go run through and read the comments on that new video. I haven't looked at any of the comments yet. I've just been looking at the stats. I wonder if anybody has asked where electrocution yet. I'm like expecting that comment to show up like 2 or 3 times. Where's that electrocution? But I don't know if it's there or not. Could go all in on bleed. There's a bleed printer there. And no, I'm not gonna take that. What's that? Bundle of fireworks, absolutely useless. Do I want to go all in on bleed? I mean, it's not the worst idea in the world. I'm getting rid of all of my bad items. Holy shit. I haven't get rid of a good item yet. I say that as I get rid of a syringe. Okay. Losing 1 syringe is enough for me. Grab my 8 daggers. Now I quickly hunt for a way to spend the rest of my money and get out of the stage. I also need to go to sleep. It's getting late. Thank you for your stream. Hey, Otamara, thanks for stopping by. Good to see you too. Hope you rest well. Two, one, lift off. Looking for drones, looking for drones. Any chests along the way. Oh wow, we got a full crit setup now. Nice. We've got bleed, we've got attack speed, we've got movement speed, we've got crit. We even got a healing drone. This run is very blessed. Even more blessed if I got a quantum tunnel. That's not a quantum tunnel. Maybe that's a nope, that's a jade elephant. Alright, let's get out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna finish this run and then I'm gonna go make some food. That's my game plan. Also got a delivery coming very soon, so I might have to leave early for the delivery. If I were the teleporter, I would be way down there. Got those eagle eyes. You got to be able to see it when it's half submerged in the ground across the map on a different level than you. In reality, if you're looking for the teleporter, you can see like blue sparkles, kind of just like little glitter that surrounds the portal that you can see from pretty far away if you know what you're looking for. I can't tell what's happening. But our build's really good, so it doesn't much matter. Okay, from all that we got a feather, which is pretty good. Oh, they broke my healing drone. I had to rebuy a healing drone. Ow, where'd you come from? Holy shit, why is this build so strong? It's stronger than my last build, and a Colonel Drone Man in my last build. But I threw that build away. Can I save mid-run? No, unfortunately. I think there's a mod or two that does it, but no, not base game. The runs aren't intended to be long. You can always pause, but you know, there's let's grab this. Let's re-roll it. Not what I wanted. Damn. Looking for a way to skip the final level if possible. I didn't skip the final level. Someone who's never played Risk of Rain game. Damn, YouTube doesn't like the Risk of Rain oversaturation of pixels. Yeah, this game does not stream very well. It doesn't matter where you go. It doesn't matter who you watch stream. At a certain point, this game is just a mess of colors. I don't, there's weird tech stuff with bitrate or something like that. Like, this is not demanding on my computer, but like you said, the oversaturation of pixels makes it very difficult for bitrate to keep up. I'm not technical enough to understand why or how or what that even means, but I know that to be true. You could have like the Supermax Duo graphics card encoder streamer setup, and it would still like struggle with the overpixelation. Okay, let's re-roll this cube. Still nothing good. Another healing drone. I really want a level skip item, though. Oh, I just jumped in the lava. That was terrifying. And there's so much loot right here. Stacked on top itself for no reason. Okay, I'll open one of these chests. And then I'll fly over here and some more shit so I can open the others. Haha. Still no level skip item, by the way. Feels bad, man. Yeah, no level skip item up here either. Holy shit, those are good items. That's not a good item. Okay, maybe I get a level skip from this thing. The RNG shrine. Nope, no level skip. Now I'm out of money. Okay, we're gonna have to do the level the old-fashioned way. With Hell now having an S rank version, surely down the line Hecate will get something. Yeah, I would... Actually, they have to do significant story building for me to be okay with altars. So if they're going to do something like that with Hecate, they need to start building the story like now. And I don't think they're doing that. I don't think Hecate is going to come out with the Legion. Because like right now, the current story arc, spoilers I guess, in CN, they are going back to the Legion with Reforged Zoya and Rust, who is like one of Zoya's like lieutenants. So we're definitely getting Legion stuff, and I don't think Hecate is going to be a good fit with the Legion. So I would prefer they do a Hecate altar rather than a Hecate reforge. But at this rate, they're not doing anything to make Hecate worth reforging as far as story goes, or worth altering as far as story goes, right? So you can't just like slap in an altar without giving it a story relevance. That's just bad taste. Crit classes, holy fuck. This late into the game? Sure. Now, if we had a level skip item, we wouldn't have to charge these pillars, and we could just fly ourselves up the tree in the center and just, like, fight the boss immediately. But because we don't have a level skip item, we have to charge these pillars by hand, which is difficult. And charging it just means standing inside of its circle. If Zoya will be getting her after her reforge, I assume they will be doing every center fix their past before releasing a new one, which is nice. Legion. Meanwhile, Horo is still lost. And yeah, I don't know what Horo is doing. Like, I haven't finished Shattered Blade. I'm going to do that after stream. I'm close to finishing it, but I haven't finished it yet. But Horo is just gone. Like, not showed up once. Like, EMP is one of the, like, deployment people. I don't know what the deployment stuff is. And Horo's like a deployment character. But that's, like, legit the only Horo representation she's gotten in the story. In, like, her story. It's so kind of crazy. What is my character wearing? See, like, the multiple sets of glasses? What the heck? I know I've got 2 pairs of glasses. You ain't got to wear them like that. I wonder if it looks like that if you get 2 pairs, or if it's just like 1 pair looks like that. Because usually the visual representation only appears on your character for the first time you get that item, and there's no representation of having like multiple items. So it'd be neat if they made like a specific exception for this character, but also I don't think they did. It's all covered in fire. Oh my god, these suicide drones keep suiciding on top of the objective. And you can't stand on top of it either. It knocks you off if you stand on top of the pillar. Okay, where to next? Blood shrines? There's one blood shrine. Okay, he dies to bleed. Bloodshine charges quick, but it also kills you. Okay, let's finish charging this thing. It's actually my favorite shrine to do because I like the action instead of just waiting around at a teleporter, letting the clock tick up. Because this is like a speed run game. The longer it goes, the stronger your opponents get. So you don't really want to like give them the time to get stronger. Okay, and this one, the teleporter gets, or the pillar gets smaller the longer you stand in it. And when they summon suicide drones like that at you, you literally can't charge this thing because it gets too small. You can see it's slowly getting smaller. It's now encroaching in my mushroom. Super small now. I barely fit in the charge radius. Okay, we did it though. Okay, now that all the pillars are charged, we can now take this jump jet to the boss. Normally, if we had a level skip item, we could climb that tree. And we could skip that whole process there. But because we couldn't climb this tree, I just ate my empty bottle for nothing because I missed jumping on the teleporter pad. Feels bad. Because we couldn't climb it, we had to activate those pillars so that we could do that. I can't believe I lost my bottle to missing the fucking jump pad by a fucking centimeter. I do wish a cameo of Yao coming and eating Tide of Ashes was in the event. I guess that'd be neat, yeah. Unfortunately, I think the Yao eating Tide of Ashes thing was like in her interrogation. So even though it is canon, it's never going to be mentioned in ever again because they don't want to like spoil her interrogation. So I found out last run that you can cheese Mithrix with enough attack speed. This character has an ability that makes people go airborne. So you can just like permanently keep Mithrix airborne with this character. Which makes the fight pretty nice. That pillar spawned right in front of me. Mithrix usually like jumps around a lot. He like retreats and comes back to fight you with a vengeance. But if you keep him airborne, you can keep him in the fight longer, which gives you more time to like stack stuff like bleeds. Like I'm bleed stacking this run. I've got 8 bleed daggers. So that's kind of what my intention is just bleed everything to death. But also in the second phase, Mithrix has an attack. His strongest attack is called the pizza. And he sends out a pizza slice to try and kill you. But he needs to be on the floor, feet on the floor, to use the pizza. So this character can skip his pizza phase by keeping him airborne forever. So this character actually has a lot of really unique anti-Mithrix tech that I did not think it would have. Mithrix, the King of Nothing, he's the final boss, just so we're all on the same page. He can still attack me while he's airborne, he just can't use his strongest moves. And he can't run away from me either. Which is probably the bigger thing. See, I've got like 100 stacks of bleed on him. Normally he'd be running away right now and resetting all those bleed stacks. But I'm not letting him do that because I have too much attack speed. And he's not using his strong attacks because he can't put his feet on the ground. So I just like troll his entire existence. It's very satisfying. And since this character is so drone focused, when he steals all of my items like this, it's not the biggest deal because I still have all of my drones to help out. And that's like the bigger aspect of my character. This phase, he steals all your powerful items, and the whole thing is that you're supposed to fight him with nothing. The longer your fight goes, the harder that phase is. Because, like, let's say you have 200 bleed daggers, right? He's going to use 200 bleed daggers against you. But, it doesn't much matter when I have drones to get my items back, because he's not going to steal my drones. And this character is a drone-based character. So it's pretty neat. There's a lot of anti-Mithrix tech on this character. Again, Mithrix being the final boss for those unaware. There's a few final bosses, but like the others are like secret bosses. Mithrix is like the official final boss, right? But there's a few secret bosses. There's even a secret character. You can only unlock the character mid-run. Like, you can never start as the secret character. You have to go collect a lot of shit. And it's not the best character in the world. It's more just like a fancy little nod. Anyways, now we need to escape inside of our escape ship. But if you're actually in the escape ship, this is a death sentence. So it's better to survive outside of the escape ship. Man, I do some damage right now. His build is crazy strong. I'm not sure if it's the bleeds or what, but it does some work. And just like that, we're out of here. I did hear there were secret bosses in the game after this boss, and they are harder compared to this one. I would say, for the most part, yeah, the secret bosses are harder than Mithrix. Mithrix has kind of been solved, whereas the other bosses, they do have, like, you have to play around more mechanics. Like, instead of Mithrix, you can kind of just run away from, where the other bosses, you have to, like, run very specific movements just to live. Like, this, not only are you fighting the boss, you're fighting the stage too. Where Mithrix, it's just you versus a melee boy. So yeah, I would say the secret bosses are tougher as a whole. Just because, like, again, you're fighting the boss and the environment rather than just like one guy with a hammer swinging at you. Hey, that was fun. I have my delivery coming any minute now. I'm in the delivery window, and I'm going to pick that up. I'm also hungry. So I'm going to go ahead and take that to go ahead and head out for now. We beat Eclipse 2 and 3. So next time we play Risk of Rain, whenever that is, we'll be starting on 4. Just to show it off, I have beaten this on other characters. I think just Acrid and Artificer. But yeah, we beat Eclipse 8 way back in the day when damage is permanent. Permanent damage. Shit gets tough. But yeah, we're on Eclipse 4. We're not at the super crazy permanent damage stuff. Like 5 is very difficult. 4 actually helps you. Enemy speed, that's actually a benefit for you. But half healing is bad. Less gold is bad. Enemy cooldowns, there's some enemies that just start spamming at you and that's hard to deal with. But permanent damage, oh man, that is hard. But yeah, we'll get to that eventually. I have a friend trying to get to one of the secret bosses, but the later stages were too annoying. I wonder what secret boss he was trying to get to, because most of the secret bosses are easy to get to, but not always easy to fight. Unless you're doing like the void boss, in which case the void boss, like good luck. Something about void? Yeah, okay, then yeah, the void boss is a big pain in the ass. I don't think there's any reward for fighting the void boss though. I think that's like the least rewarding boss fight in the game. But hey, if that's what he's doing, that's what he's doing. Okay, I'm gonna head out. I've got deliveries to get and all that other stuff. Thanks for stopping by. Check out the video if you haven't. I'm really proud of that most recent video that I put out this morning. I put a lot of time, effort into that video. That's a big video. Yeah. It's definitely the void boss. Yeah. Yeah, that was not fun. That's like the one not fun boss in the game. But I'll catch you guys next time.